Welcome back to my channel, Fazbear's Menagerie of Madness, where I'll explore the universe of Five Nights at Freddy's and I hope a new and unique interpretation of events. Nessie is patient 46. Let me explain. I'm aware the community is thinking that Gregory is the master hacker of the Pizzaplex, although it makes more sense that Nessie is. From FNAF AR, we learned that emails that the virus that caused many problems for those at the Pizzaplex started with the old animatronic code. The staff from the subcontracted group worked out that one of the last circuit boards had the virus. Via the emails, the individual VA gains remote access to the servers as the senior technical support representative and isolates said virus. This VA account seems to have been created using company credentials, which led to the access being granted. VA continued to access the system after the virus was removed, as well as the Pizzaplex. The virus was found to have been removed and not deleted. Manipulation of the animatronics has the night shift on edge. This likely has led to the animatronics being delivered early to the Pizzaplex, as was experienced in Epilogue 1 from the Tales from the Pizzaplex books. While I'll circle back to these points, I suspect Vanny is the identity of the account holder. Working for Fazbear Entertainment, we know that Nessie had searched for words such as torture and phrases like how to induce self-compliance, which raised red flags on the server. The word helped was used as well after it was clear that Lewis was watching her search history. Rainbow hair extensions were worn by Nessie, which was similar to Scrap Baby's discoloured hair in Pizzeria Simulator. Fabric was ordered and delivered to Nessie, likely for the Vanny costume encountered by Gregory in Security Breach. The internet search history is likely Nessie reaching out to Lewis for help, hoping for an escalation to get more people's attention for the problems she was facing. Within Help Wanted, Nessie had a series of digital cassettes to explain to future beta testers the problems she was facing while she was herself. We learned the new game in development has malicious code found in it. During one night, the drawers of the office were emptied. Someone seemed to take the old circuit boards that Fazbear had sent to them, although the code on those circuit boards had already been uploaded. We learned that another potential development studio wanted to pick up the work. Nessie's warnings are intended to save any potential testers from releasing the code. Tape Girl says she can't delete the code she had fragmented. By creating the protective area within the game, she had made a safe room for the code to move to. As it is broken, the code should be unable to do any more damage. On the last two tapes, with a new greeting, we are told of the process to destroy the code. The process involves luring the code, making a connection to the tester, and then shutting down the program, effectively giving the code one more place to move, into the tester. This event is considered the point where the tester loses control. For Help Wanted, we get the impression that Nessie was considered normal and approachable until the new project for Fazbear is worked on. She goes through some changes that result in Lewis becoming suspicious of her intentions. During these events, I suspect Nessie is trying to get Lewis's attention. Keywords and phrases are known things that email servers look for, although someone born in the past would be not so quick to know this. These are the events I suspect where Nessie has lost control to another soul, becoming the unwilling follower. The new greeting on the second to last cassette is when the new soul takes control. I suspect Elizabeth Afton is the new soul and Nessie is being forced to comply. This is similar to the story The Real Monty, where a program shares the headspace of the main character. This is a new take on the idea of two souls in the same body, where in the past it was an animatronic body, now it's the human body. Sometime later, Nessie is actively going to the Mega Pizzaplex. The therapy session CDs are clues to the next events in her life. We learn from Patient 46 therapy sessions that everyone associated with the company gets a performance review. As Nessie works for the company, bought by Fazbear Entertainment, she is required to attend. As a software engineer, Nessie is clearly seen as knowledgeable with computers. Some advice given is that everyone reacts to tragedy differently. This hints at a backstory that would work after seeing what Jeremy had gone through. The staff at the Pizzaplex know her, or they think they know her. This clue works if Nessie looks almost identical to Vanessa. As Vanessa is with security, Nessie could gain access by posing as Vanessa. This makes me consider Nessie as Vanessa's twin sister, a theory that has been mentioned since one of the Security Breach finales includes two blonde women with a striking similarity. The staff are also convinced she is hacking the system many times. The story that patient 46 gave to the therapist was a lie. On the final CD, the therapist does her own research and finds the story given does not match Nessie's family story. Who the therapist sees is Nessie. Who is speaking, I suspect, is Elizabeth. From the CDs, we get a better description of the soul inside of Nessie. She has a sensitivity to light. Perhaps she spent too much time in a basement. The fragrant flowers are too distracting, reminding her of the little girl who enjoyed flowers in her room. She wants candy, very childish. She is not considered genuine. She might think she's a good pretender. The techs at the Pizzaplex are convinced she is hacking the system. One story that can go to discredit this theory is if Nessie is the one involved in the story GGY. This story follows Tony at the Pizzaplex, where he investigates the person who has achieved the top score on many pinball and video games at the Fazcade. Many have suggested that Tony's friend Greg is Gregory, the one responsible, but I don't think so. Throughout the entire story, Tony never questions whether his friend was GGY. Tony knew his friend's name for the entire story. It was the reader that only learned that this was by the end. Tony had a secret meeting at night, in the rain, with strangers to find similar people investigating the person, although he didn't suspect his friend. The hacker responsible for the top scores made sure the pinball games were clearly showing the initials. I suspect that is because pinball machines always show the high scores above the players' heads, while arcade machines only show the score while they are not being played. Add to this Glamrock Freddy being creepy and watching over anyone who questions the initials. To me, the initials are there to draw Gregory out. If Gregory starts asking about the initials, then the hacked Glamrock animatronics would alert the hacker, who is Vanny. This comes from the character encyclopedia for Chica, where it is stated that Vanny hacked her to make her a better pursuer of Gregory. From these collections of clues we get, I think, when Elizabeth gained control of Nessie. Her first task was to ensure that no one suspected she wasn't Nessie. This would continue into the therapy sessions where Elizabeth had to conceal her identity while she spoke about her own story, a cry for help perhaps. She may have needed someone to talk to. Following this, the broken code is likely Springtrap's soul. Now harmless, it needed to be moved somewhere safe. In equipment to the Pizzaplex and the bodies of beta testers, Springtrap's parts would need to be combined at a later date. These parts would appear as a simpler, older image in the form of a costumed VR rabbit glitch trap. While looking like Vanessa, Elizabeth could walk into the Pizzaplex pretending to work there. Realising they let in an imposter, they brought this information to Fazbear Entertainment and then the therapists. The third thing I think Elizabeth needed was to find Gregory. Gregory is important to the FNAF universe and to the Aftons, and will lead to the return of the crying child. So I think Patient 46 is Elizabeth in control of Nessie, trying to get Springtrap and the crying child back from the dead, all while Vanessa appears to be pursuing her at night. The conclusion to Elizabeth's plan is relayed with unused voice lines in Help Wanted 2. While many avoid such areas to theorise with, I'll use this information sparingly. One line of dialogue says, "Don't worry, they can't hear me. I'm on a special signal the staff can't process," as well as, "You need to listen to me carefully. Don't help it escape. It's using you to finish where she left off. Only a small piece of the code remains." Some information about the purpose of Help Wanted 2 include: it is bound to the past, find its memories and return, and ending with, the memories are freed. If the player successfully follows through with the game, then the part of her, the memories are returned, and the cycle of victims begin again. Thanks for staying with me till the end. To find out when new videos become available, subscribe for future content.